Don't mind me, I just woke up. All I could do was go out and get my sunshine this morning. And my higher self's like, get the camera. I'm like, no. Get the camera. No. Get the camera. No. Shit. Here I am. I just woke up. So I don't know what wants to come through. But I guess I'm just gonna channel. Can't get no peace around here. All I wanted was just one morning, just relax. I was gonna take the weekend off, actually. I was gonna just, unplug for the weekend, but I guess, all right, okay. Quit complaining. I'll just channel now. Shh. All right, who's got indigestion? Stomach problems? Ew. Stop it. All right, who's got stomach problems? Raise your hand. All right. Digestin from doTERRA oil in your water. Digestin from doTERRA oils. You can get it on Amazon. 1 to 2 drops in your water first thing in the morning. There's your probiotics. Lucy Lou, you need to go have a checkup. Lower abdomen checkup. Okay, that needs to come through. We're going to give a couple tips on how to regain your power through the weekend, because I'm going to shut down for the weekend and I'll be back Monday morning. And I want to see how you guys do. First off, tip number 1, when you first get out of bed, ask Archangel Michael to protect you, keep you safe. Puts a bubble around you. Trust me. You want to do that. Ugh. Second, take your hands like this. I'm going to teach you now how to close your right brain and left brain hemisphere, which is the ancient way of closing your Bindu chakra, because your Bindu chakra is your own portal to God. Why would you want to share it with everybody? This is why the Jews and everybody wore the kippas and the hats over their Bindu chakra, because they didn't know how to protect it. I'm going to give you a little ancient wisdom right here. This is how you marry the right brain and left brain hemisphere, which should be done at birth. Super easy. And you should do it every morning. Why? I'm glad you asked. Because every night when you hit a REM sleep, you astral travel out of your body. You have to. Your body has to heal. And if your body can't hit a REM sleep, it can't heal. And a REM sleep, your energy is gone. It's in that deep, that healing state. Your energy cannot exist in the state of that healing, because your energy wants to stimulate, and so your energy has to leave. So you go back, and you go back to God, and you get information from God, and then you come back down. And then when you normally wake up, the Bible calls it the 4th watch. You never know when he will come and you will rise. I don't read the Bible. I just get quotes. I'm trying to overthink it. I apologize. When you wake up between 3 and 6 a.m., that's called the fourth watch in the Bible. You never know when he will come because you never know when you're going to astral travel back into your body. But the second that you inject your energy into your body, you wake up. You're like, it's 3 o'clock or 3:33 or, that's the fourth watch. That means you were astral traveling and you wake up the second your energy is so potent that the second it goes, it injects into your body, you wake up. And everybody's like, why do I wake up at this time every night? It's because you're astral traveling, sweetheart. The thing is, the 3 a.m. prayer is at that time. I don't care if it's 3 a.m. or 2:58 or whatever your wall clock says. If it's in that fourth watch area, that means you were astral traveling and you're coming back in. What you do is you do the 3 a.m. prayer. At that moment, you are in a lucid state. You're coherent, but you're also still connected to God. So what you do is you jump out of bed really fast, right? You almost get like you're going to pass out, right? And you're like, and you're like, here. And we don't do this to pray, okay? We're going to go ancient again. We're not doing this duality BS anymore. This is duality. Where's the unity in that, huh? I don't see no unity, but give me more. All right, class session number 1. We don't pray like this no more. Hard push. Okay? Take here. Slide your hands like that. Boom. That's called, as we used to call it in the ancient Egyptian days, the Isis womb. So when you go and mix a suction cup, right? You're like, that's tough. And it's unity. Can you get a hold of, can you pull yourself away from that? No, it's strong. You put your prayer in there and I'm telling you, it ain't going nowhere. Whew. I think I'm going Southern style down here in Texas. It's funny, I don't even go nowhere and I'm getting Southern. This is prayer, ancient prayer. Now, what do? We cross the thumbs, right? We have the feminine, which is on the right side, the masculine, which is on the left side, crisscrossing right there. That is unity. It's unity. Can you feel it? It feels good, doesn't it? This? What the F is that? Come back to God. That right there is unity. Then you know what? You take those two right there and you put that right over your heart chakra. You touch both of them right to your heart chakra. And you're injecting the masculine into the feminine and the feminine into the masculine. You're coming into unity. I'm going to teach you how to come to unity on enlightened energy. Because that is what I do. I'm a spiritual stigmatic. I am stigmatic through energy. So anything that has energy or has had energy or is going to have energy, I can get into like better than anybody can. I am the most cleanest, purest channel. So I'm here now. I'm actually a spiritual walk-in also. I have very high vibrational spiritual walk-in. I am here to ignite a passion back into the earth. And you have to ignite that passion back into the earth because the earth needs you right now. That's what we're called ascending. The Dao Xing that I have put together from my ancient Venetian times, which is what the Bible likes to call the Garden of Eden. That is the Garden of Eden, the Venetian times. The Venetian times was just strictly women because it was a planet of love. That's what it started out as, until Nibiru first crashed and boom, our pyramids broke and everything that was supposed to bring that pure sun source energy down through the pyramids into the earth, to impregnate the earth, to be able to make the earth abundant with energy. That's how it was supposed to be, and that's how it was. It was just beautiful. I'm painting pictures of what it used to be like. It was beautiful. Being stigmatic through energy, I was made to go through past lives and inject and see what it was like. That's why I know I was Nikola Tesla. That's why I know I was Nefertiti. I'm not going to tell you the other one because it will ignite a whole religious war. And I had to go clear back to my original Venetian when I first landed on this planet. To that first crime of death, of sex. And it was that right there that caused a rippling out effect of fear and ego, and it just echoed out. So instead of the way this planet works now is if you don't heal yourself mentally, physically, and energetically meaning past lives, you keep accruing that luggage onto your next life that you have to endure. You're like, oh, why does poop always happen to me all the time? I'm running uphill all the time with no shoes in the cold. And you don't heal yourself, right? You're like, but I gotta go and I gotta survive because I'm on fight or flight, right? We're all in fight or flight, like, because there's never enough, but I've got all this weight on me, I can't go. And you don't ever take time to stop and heal yourself. Then when you die, that all that you had before goes on to your next life, and you have to do it again even harder. That's how the system works. It's teaching you how to step into your power. My gosh, I'm channeling so much energy around. My left butt cheek is like, no, not the right one too. Holy shit. Hold on. Whoa, I'm getting some energy. Whew. Whew. Oh, I see what it is. I've got that over my heart chakra in the back, and I'm healing cancer homeopathically, and it must have got into. That's actually what that is. It's actually a healing tool. Healers use it to pull dark energies out. And I use it as a necklace over my heart chakra because it's right over where my breast cancer tumor is. So I'm constantly transmuting energy. When everything you do has purpose, life has more purpose. When you walk aimlessly around, life just seems to be a rambling aimlessly. Haven't you ever noticed that? It's because it's teaching you to step outside of your comfort zone. Because you have to want more, and then you have to take that fool's big leap journey step to say, I deserve it, I want it, I'm going to take it, it's mine, no matter what. Okay? God put a burning sensation in you for a reason. Everybody has a certain burning sensation in them if they just get out of their fear, which is what we call the ego. That's a lot of energy right now. If you feel really anxiety, the energies right now that the moon is emitting and the sun is emitting and everything is emitting everything for evolution. So it's really uncomfortable right now because evolution wants you to change. I know. Being a walk-in is being a bitch. What I had to walk into was a poop ton of karma. It's like, I'm all like, oh, I know who I am. I can do anything. That ain't nothing. And then you infuse the energy, like, so when you go to do the spiritual walk-in part, you know, all the souls are the same up in Godland. You're up in a big ball, right? And so the energy is like, okay, I'm just going to infuse in here, and this energy is going to infuse out. And that's what happened. And then I'm just like, oh, kaboom. It's like, ugh. I wasn't expecting all that. This earth thing? This is my first time here. I can just brown bagging it. That Nicole had a lot of karma from past lives. She didn't step into her power, none fully. So I had to do it. Somebody had to get her out of there. It was like a dead swamp. She couldn't get out of it. Quicksand. She couldn't. It's like, help me, help me. I'm like, I can do it. I know who I am. I'm like, woo. You know, there've been a couple others like me that've been down there. It's just like, you know, it's a little tough, but man, you can do it. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm bad. You know, boom. So we're coming out of that one. Unscathed, barely, but gaining power every day. That's what it's like being a spiritual walk-in. Therefore, if you find yourself going from loving everything and this one thing, and then like that, you're like, I don't like any of that. I'm going to go over here. And everybody's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to go over there. And I did. Thank you, God, for the higher consciousness and communication. Man, my legs are just shaking again. I must be getting another energy download. Yep. Hold up. Ooh. I'm really sensitive to energy. Okay. Okay. So, unity, prayer, Isis womb. That was my Nefertiti days. Fun, but not so much fun. Anyway. Okay. Second, you have to know that everything is done on energy. You have your 7th chakra, which is your crown chakra. You have your third eye chakra, which is between your eyes. Your throat chakra, which is here. Your heart chakra. You have your solar plexus, where your gut is. And then down just below your belly button is your sacral chakra. And then your root chakra is down by your pubic bone. and they're all in a line. And then your Bindu chakra is over your soft spot in the back of your head, be right back here. At birth, there's trauma done to the neck and spine because of the pushing. They don't imprint the babies no more. I can teach you how to imprint with your child. I have the whole mudra system for giving birth with 2 midwives, pain-free, just like Jesus was born. Let's see. Needs to all be done. Plus the energy, I'll show you how to do that. How to close the right brain, left brain hemisphere should be done prior to cutting the cord. So you imprint. So you imprint. You close the energy. And then you cut the cord. And then you have the mother have the child. And then you swaddle the child. And then from there, you once the child is swaddled, then you do the next stretches to get that baby back up to where it should be. And then you start bringing that head back where it should be. These are the things that are lost, that have been lost, that the God Collective would love to instill back into humanity, because it's going to add more unity and closure. And, you know, instead of competition and everybody against everybody and the top dog only wins and everybody man for himself. And what happened about grabbing your brother and sister and helping them up along the way, you know? Using each other. So the right brain, left brain hemisphere. This is what you do. You open your hands like this. You should do this, the second thing, after you should call in Archangel Michael for protection. Then you should close your energy every morning. Because if you don't, you're susceptible to everything. And there's lots of ickies out there you don't see or know about that use you like a puppet every day if you don't. So, my butt cheeks are just shaking again. Okay, right hand, left hand. Here. Go right up here, like this, and then cross your hands, like that, like here. And then go here for the third one, over the Bindu chakra, like that. And then the third one, all the way to here. There. Now I know why I got my hair cut short. It's so much easier. That's how you close your energy. You should do it every morning, because after you astral travel, you're susceptible unless you close your energy. So Archangel Michael, close your energy, and then play like children. My hair is all crusty now. Play. A child's energy is so strong. So strong, in fact, that let me skip around because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I won't name the puppies. So let me skip over that one because that'll hurt their feelings, and that's going to hurt their feelings, and that's going to call them out. So I won't we'll just call it the secret society. And I tapped into all their energy, and I'm like, out of my energy. I'm like, I'm trying to channel here. Sorry, apologize. Got into their energy, and now I'm just like, forgot what I was channeling. It's dark, icky. I need some water. Anywho, until I get back where I'm supposed to be. Okay. Nursery rhymes. The Secret Society wrote the nursery rhymes. 1, 2, remember? Okay. The children back then used to sing them and sing them and sing them. They were written by the secret society and instilled with energy, which is more important, more potent than you think. I have the actual verbiage of what it actually means. Because when I read something, I can infuse into the energy of the person that wrote it, what they were thinking, how they were feeling, what they were doing. That's my gift, is to be able to hone in on, read. That's why I know so much about the Bible, but I've never read the Bible, right? I can read a verse and I'm like, I know what he was thinking, I know what he was feeling, I can tell you exactly what it's like, hey, it's like, it's kind of an icky time. But I'm able to read something, or I can even listen to a music of the person singing and tap into what they were feeling when they wrote that song. It's amazing. That's just one of my gifts I've been honing. So I use that to be able to get into the energy of so many people. These nursery rhymes were infused to kill angels. Arcturus is the planet of angels, and lots of angels. When they first started realizing how much power they could have with mass societies, they started infecting subliminals into society's things to be able to put negative energy into things that you thought you were having fun, like the commercial, the V8 commercial. Somebody come up and smack you in the forehead. Oh, I should have had a V8. Never smack yourself in the forehead. That is your third eye. When you do that, it displaces your energy. It's no different than the thermometer to your head. It displaces the energy of the third eye, which scatters it, which makes you not as aware. The thermometers also have a laser that go back and damage your pineal gland every time you have your thermometer checked. Tell them no, thank you. You can do it on my wrist. It's the same. You don't need to do that. Plus the subliminal that she's doing when she does that is like, ooh, is she sick? Or if she's having a bad day, all that's being slammed as your third eye. This is the subliminal part that I can help everybody understand. That they can't comprehend with their mind, but I am this energy stigmatic, so I can feel it, I know it, it is so. Plus my divine channeling, it all comes together in just it just is. I don't even question it anymore. It always just is. It's how I've cured my cancer. My higher guidance has led me to every single thing I needed to do to cure it right when I needed to do it. And I'm telling you what, 40 days, one tumor's gone. Yeah, crazy. I'm just here to help show you a better way. Half of it is mental. Because if you think a sugar pill in a placebo test with another pill is going to cure you, guess what? 9 times out of 10, it does. Look it up. They know that, and they use that to their advantage. And I am here to help you understand how you are being used every second of every day. And how I can teach you how to take your power back, and your power back, and your power back, and your power back. And you know what? When you do that, you don't need any of them, because you know what? We just had the biggest solar flare in history, which opened up the 12 gates of heaven, the 12 chakra systems to everybody. Everybody now has the ability to wake up like me. Therefore, Class is in session. Because the more people that wake up, guess what? The more your DNA wake. My DNA is woke up. We have 24 strands of DNA. Only 12 have been active because we have lost the ancient ways. I have brought the ancient ways back in. Therefore, I've woken up all 24 strands of my DNA. So I'm going to teach everybody else how to wake up their 24 strands of DNA too, because then guess what? You got telepathy. You don't need cell phones, you don't need computers, you don't need anything because you're connected to God. You know everything at all times. Why would you want to stare at a computer screen all the time that's giving you subliminal messages behind this computer screen like, all the time? Did you know that? Every video, everything that you watch on the screen has a subliminal behind it. Everything you listen to, like YouTube and stuff, has a subliminal to it. So everything you listen to and look at, so you're getting double subliminal right there. Boom, 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 stimulation all the time. That's why everybody's kind of like in zombie land. They're like, every time I look at people, they're like, even at the gym, they go from weight machine. They're like, even a couple, each of them were like, I'm like, stop. You have to stop. Detox. That's what I'm going to do for the next couple days is detox. So if you want to get a hold of me, just send me a shout out on Facebook, Messenger, or YouTube. Send me a comment here or whatever. Other than that, I am going to be back and bring more ancient secrets to help you guys gain your power. So that way we all rise as a nation in power and health. Right? Homeopathically, if I can cure a very aggressive cancer and stop it in 40 days and get one tumor completely dissolved, I have a scalp treatment that I want to try out on somebody that has brain cancer that doesn't want to go through any of that stuff from the doctors. Because I truly feel I have something that will cure brain cancer without surgery. Something that they've been trying to get through the FDA for 20 years, but they won't pass it. Interestingly, isn't it? But yet they've got how many boosters now do we have lined up for everybody? Oh, you're going to be so lucky if you get one. Subliminal. That's all it is. But the only problem is there ain't got no lube for that one. And thing is that I did a video in April of 2020. Funnier than heck. I called it Me, Myself, and I. And I did a channeling session for almost an hour. I might have to post it again. It's funny. And I predicted all of this. 2 years plus COVID. There was a marker. I said there was a marker in the shot that was going to mutate. And now I'm just now hearing that there's a protein that's mutating. I'm like, that's the marker. I just called it a marker. Thing is, what I'm formulating is like a little scavenger for anything that is not homeostasis to your body. And I have proof of all of that. I went from having my spine and neck was probably 50% fused to being not fused anymore. Scar tissue, gone. Lengthened to my neck. My V used to be clear down here, now it's clear up here. I've gotten rid of all of that. I've realigned my scoliosis. I've done a lot of work. And the formula that I have created has helped move that along so fast. In fact, it doesn't like, this stuff is such a free radical scavenger. It doesn't like trauma at all. It doesn't like bone. The concoction that I've made, it eats calcium deposits. I had a calcium deposit on my jaw that caused TMJ. My jaw doesn't pop anymore. My jaw has popped since I was a child because I got hit and broke my tooth. And it had a huge calcium. That's gone now. No jaw problems anymore. It doesn't like calcium deposits. I've gotten rid of 2 bone spurs. On the CAT scan proves that. Scar tissue. All you got to do now, like when you take a hot Dead Sea salt bath and you stretch that out and you feel a piece of like trauma or scar tissue and you just touch it, and it's like pop, pop, melts. It just melts off. And then you're left with this beautiful, and it just, the muscle is just like so pliable and stretchy, and it's like a baby's. It's like brand new homeostasis, skin, muscle, everything. So it's bringing the body back into homeostasis. It's like so amazing. But it's funny, you can't get it to pass through the FDA for anything. And then when they label it, they try to scare the heck out of you with it. Interesting. Subliminal. Just to keep you hooked up to the pharma. I have never experienced, in fact, when I moved down here from Idaho to Texas, I thought people that talked about chemtrails were smoking the hashish. I'm like, you guys, I don't know what you're talking about. I get down here and I'm like, I had a test when I got down here. And then I had a test a year later. And I went from 0 heavy metals to full of heavy metals. I'm like, I'm going organic, and I quit drinking. I was going, what? I have proof of everything that I speak about. The pictures of the crisscrossing white streaks, those aren't just passing jets. They're dumping biochemical hazards. And I would like to talk to the person who allows this shit. I'm getting a little PO'd about this whole thing. Why is somebody allowed to poison us on a daily basis, and we're like, oh, it's just the chemtrails again. Oh, well, we just gotta deal with it. What part of that makes sense to you? It don't make sense to me. I'm drinking my organic thing, trying to cure cancer, and looking at what they're dumping, and I can't even enjoy the day outside because half the day is gone, because by the time the afternoon comes, that's when the chemicals, because everybody's off work. They do it in the morning so that way it gets down by the afternoon, and then everybody's like jogging and exercising. My niece, my poor niece, she works outside all day long in the heat and the humidity, and she's like, she gets these skin eruptions. I'm like, yeah, it's from the chemicals they're dumping on you. What part of that is okay? People act like it's just like yesterday's news, like, oh, it's just the chemtrails. How do you take down a ghost? I will tell you how. This stuff can get rid of the toxins as fast as they can dump it on you. I'm living proof of that right now. And the healthier I get, the more powerful I get. Because the healthier my body, the more my body feels better, the more my body vibrates out a healthier, more vibrant, more positive vibration of growth. Evolution, enlightenment, all that kind of stuff. And you can't do that in a body of pain that you're like, ugh. And not only just the physical pain, the energy of the past. We gotta drop that luggage like it's yesterday's news. And it's so hard if you can't understand that there's subliminal things that are constantly all around you that are telling you that you suck. I'll just throw it out there. Everything around you tells you that you are worthless. You are less than. You are so less than, you have to go through Jesus to get to God. But it's an abomination to worship anything but God. What part of that makes sense? Let's debunk some religion up here. I mean, come on. What part of that makes sense? It's an abomination to God. Therefore, it does yourself an injustice. Therefore, it lowers your vibration if you fragment your energy out and you're worshiping Jesus, thinking that you need Jesus to get to God. Jesus was just the way shower, the channeler. He was also stigmatic also. He was a divine channel of God. So people worshipped him. The people that killed him, the society that killed him, put him on display on the cross, and then made everybody worship him because they knew that if everybody worshiped Jesus and not God, then it would fragment the energy. And then of course, everybody else wants you to worship, the priests, the popes, and everything else. So you got to give your energy to the pope and the priest and everything else. Then you got to give your energy to Jesus, and then your energy to, and then I'm not worthy, God. Boom. And then you die thinking you're going to go to hell because you're not worthy. What part of that is fun for life? That's the chains of religion. I'm here to tell you that it's you and God. And that's it. And I'll tell you a little secret. You have an invisible cord from your 7th chakra up to this invisible ball of God. So here's you, here's your invisible little line, and here's God. God is just a big ball of energy. God is masculine and feminine. God is feminine when God creates life. God is masculine when God stimulates evolution, stimulates growth. Okay? Our experiences here on this planet go up through that little cord into God, and then God gets smarter. So all of our experiences are so unique and so important to have, because then our God collective gets smarter, God gets smarter, and then God stimulates out an energy that we're going through right now. Solar Maximus. Let's stimulate, let's expand, let's grow, let's evolve as a humanity. I'm finding the most amazing thing, because I don't have my eyes, I don't know. It's funny though, interestingly enough, when they did the CT scan, when they did the CT scan, she did it feet first, and then when it got up to the head, they didn't get anything. So it was like a squiggly line. And she wanted me to come back in for another one, but it would be 4 days to recoup from the first one because just the radioactive energy was just like, ugh. 4 days I was in bed. I couldn't even hardly get up to feed myself. It was horrible. I'm not sensitive. But I've been doing the scalp treatments with the same product that I'm ingesting. And it's loosening my scalp. And as my scalp is loosening, my neck is lengthening because I fell on my head when I was a baby. And so between the birth trauma and that trauma, and then being like whiplash and being a horse trainer and bucking horses my whole life, a lot of neck trauma. So much so I couldn't hardly move my neck. It was fused. This stuff makes the trauma really super pliable. And then when you stretch it, the trauma is like little tiny displaced lymphatic fluid trapped in the fibers. And they get crystallized as you age. And so they get harder and harder and builds more trauma and builds more trauma. And next thing you know, your scalp's like really thick and spongy. That's just all trauma. My scalp now is strictly skin and bone. It's the craziest thing. All the trauma's gone. I've taken my V that far. It used to be down here. It's clear up here now. I've never seen anything. In fact, I thought when I first started really releasing the trauma and extending that neck, I thought, did I have a cracked skull as a baby? And like, where is this going to stop? Where's this going to stop? And I looked at the anatomy of a person's skull, and I'm like, okay, you know, and I was just extending the neck out, and pretty soon it's like clear. It was like mid-ear, and now it's clear up here. It's just the way that I'm able to, like, you know, my neck just moves so much better now. But I've been working on taking the trauma out of the scalp. And the cool thing about it is that when you tweak the scalp just a little bit, you know, whether you just take the hair and you just pull just a little bit in tension, or you just kind of twist the scalp just a little bit, it'll pop. And then next thing you know, like your ankle and your hip will pop. So they are all connected. Everything from your scalp is connected to the rest of your body. So every trauma that you've ever had, even a stubbed toe, is connected to your scalp. So it's what I'm getting as a download or information right now is it is the number one most important thing. Even if you're paralyzed, I believe this product might be able to get you unparalyzed, because this takes all inflammation and all trauma out. And if you take that out of the spine, what does that say? I'd like to try it. If somebody's willing, I'm willing to try it. I mean, it's like me. That cancer hit me so hard and so fast. I had no other choice just to sit down and say, all right, what are we going to do? And that wasn't the doctor. No, the doctor's the one that made it spread, made it angry. Ordered a biopsy, even though I told him I wanted to heal it on my own. Even before the biopsy, I told him, I said, is that going to aggravate it? No, this is protocol. I'm like, even after it spread and I had an ultrasound that showed every needle track had cancer, they still said that biopsies don't spread cancer. I'm like, that's interesting. Because I told everybody right off the bat I was going to heal it on my own, do all this stuff on my own. I just wanted an ultrasound. Next thing you know, I'm put right in line. They were calling me, trying to get me hooked up to chemo, to radiation, to get surgery dates. And I'm like, I just shoved everybody away for like 3 months. I'm like, are you kidding me? Can you just give me a moment? You know? They figured because I haven't been able to work for 3 years and I had to get on Medicaid just so I could get an ultrasound. And you can't get an ultrasound unless you have a doctor. It's the stupidest thing. I tried to go to the hospital to get an ultrasound. They refused me, give me to this one doctor. I called for 8 weeks, and they'd call me once a week, and then they wouldn't answer. And then they just finally quit calling. I'm like, they're so busy with cancer right now. The oncologists are months and months backed up. What does that tell you? I am healing it in 40 days. When you biopsy it, you punch it with a needle, you puncture it. Cancer has cells, and it gets on the outside of the needle as it comes out. That whole needle track coming out was spread cancer, and then where it came out of the skin, there grew a little cancer tumor, about that big. That one is completely gone now. The needle track that was hard as a rock is flexible and pliable now. I'm taking all the inflammation out of my body. Cancer is just inflammation. That's all it is. So I guess you could say I have the cure for cancer and fibromyalgia and Parkinson's disease and everything that has to do with inflammation, because sickness and disease can't come to our body that's in homeostasis, right? And it's so simple. It's very inexpensive. And I mean, I take like really good like biosalts and I put Hecla lava. I dissolve Hecla lava in this formula for the bone calcium deposits and that kind of stuff. It dissolves the calcium. So if you have bone spurs, take Hecla lava. Like liposomal C, but I take the it's like it's from sunflower. It tastes nasty. I'm working on the flavor. I need to get with like some scientists and stuff so we can figure out how to make this formula taste good. Because I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm pretty tough. Ask my mom. Half the stuff I take, she's like, I can't take that. I'm like, but it's good for you. I'm like, would you rather just get COVID? Seriously. But I'm like, oh, really? Okay, whatever. I just can't compute that right now. I can't compute it. I'm just giving you heck, Mom, I love you. I know you're watching. Oh gosh, I'm having too much fun. I have so much information to get out. So much information that can help change this planet. Because once we all step into our power and take our health back, guess what? They just disappear. Pharmaceutical what? There's no money in it anymore. If there's no money, it goes bye-bye. That's how you get rid of the society. You take your health back, and I can show you how to do it. I have not only the recipe on how to take your physical health back, I have the recipe how to take your energetic health back, and I also have the recipe how to take your mental health back. Because I am a highly functioning autistic woman with 100% Asperger's, and had to go through a spiritual stigmatic cleansing by myself for 3 years in this house alone. And I have met the devil in every corner in this house so many times you can't even imagine. But I am alive. It's taught me a lot. It has taught me a lot. And I have a lot to teach. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of channeled messages of things that we need to understand. And they're simple. They're not hard. They're just, when you hear them and you have we've just had the solar flare, so we have that craving for knowledge now. So now that we have that craving for knowledge, we're going to start being more curious. And when we have more curious minds, we start having more epiphanies. And the thing is, with the law of attraction, what you think about, you bring about. And if you get curious about expanding your mind, guess what? Things start popping up in your reality that help you expand your mind. It's just how it works. Because this is a law of duality, and the law of attraction, the law of the universe is just how it works. Everything's energy. Your mind controls energy. And the universal energy of law of attraction is controlled by your mind and how you feel on the inside. Not what you fake on the outside. Not this. This doesn't go for the law of attraction. It's what's underneath. That's what you vibrate out into the law of attraction. And that's what the law of attraction gives you every day. So everyday events that you have going on in your life, that is from what you are projecting out subconsciously. And that's what I want to teach you how to change. Because if you can change that, you can change your stars. You can go from nothing to everything. Because when you find your soul path, you go from nothing to everything. And you cannot find your soul path with a hurt, unhealed body. Because it is manifesting for you all the time. It's called a pain body. It's your subconscious. It's in your aura, pulsating out. So we have to get rid of that. So I feel this formula. I'm telling you what, I've been on it just about 40 days. And every day I'm in tears, thankful. Because going from what I have been gone through, with what I've had to deal with, they told me back in neck surgery in 2017. I never went under the knife. One tumor, I had a tumor down below. Did in the CAT scan, it's gone. So it proves that my Dao Xing, when you engage the Bindu chakra, it vibrates your whole body of light. I've just been really starting to really do that. So is it that, or is it the product? Interestingly enough. Because in a vibrating body of light, there ain't no darkness, there ain't no sickness or nothing. And I've been doing that about the same time. So maybe the combination of both is enough to stop this really aggressive cancer. I think that's about it. I think I can go do my thing now. Anyway, I guess that was it. Bye for now.